What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. DubDigital, crypto news, macro trends. I'm bringing you one of my gems, what I believe is a gem. I love the things that get kicked up, that get punched up, beat up, spit on, kicked on, shoes taken, thrown up on the power line, left in the dark alley. I love all that. I love an underdog story because underdogs have huge upside. And I think Ethereum Classic is one of the coins, I don't know if it's in its top 25 still, but one of the coins that's never gotten the respect it deserves. It's literally Ethereum. It's literally the original Ethereum. It's Ethereum with a hard cap supply. It's going to be interoperable with Ethereum 2.0. So basically, the way I look at it, and in the words of Grayscale, which is the largest digital assets manager for institutions and high net worth individuals, they state that Ethereum Classic is programmable digital gold. I like that investment thesis. I'm all about it, but do what you guys gotta do. Do what you guys gotta do. Y'all are adults. But check this out here, guys. Ethereum Classic from its high to where it is currently, let's just see what kind of percentage it dropped. 85%. Previously, it was like 88%. So this thing, when compared to other altcoins, hasn't dropped as severely as most have. Some 98%, some 95%, 90%. I'm liking this thing. It never hit the 90% mark because Ethereum Classic, like it or not, is a big player. It's a big altcoin that gets no love because of all these 51% attacks, all this stuff. But if you read in Ethereum Classic like I do, and the problem is most people don't, but if you do, you'll notice that there's a lot of talk going on about potentially merging Ethereum Classic with Ethereum. I think that's likely. And you know what? It makes the most sense. Instead of just getting rid of a perfectly good blockchain with a bunch of support and programmers and potential, you just absorb it into a pre-existing ecosystem. But I digress. Let's get to the charts. I like that it's dropped. There's use case, and right now it's getting a lot of hate because of 51% attacks. That to me indicates an opportunity to buy because everyone's fearful. And just to get back to the top highs, guys, we're looking at almost a 600% increase. And then past then is price discovery. So we're gonna go higher than that. And unless you think Ethereum Classic is useless, unless you think Ethereum Classic is like trash and you think Ethereum's trash, then I understand your position. But because the market as a whole has such high hopes for Ethereum, it seems incongruent to me how they don't think Ethereum Classic will also be beneficial. So guys, check this out. Let's zoom in here. So just looking from a macro standpoint, let's look at what's happened to the volume thus far. There's pretty much, other than, some obvious outliers, there's been a pretty consistent decrease in volume for the life of the asset. It looks up until December 2019, which, if you guys remember, Ethereum Classic was running up. It was the top performing altcoin in this run up, and it was the first. A lot of people forget that. Look at the height of this run up, guys. From the bottom to the top is about 150%. So if you held Ethereum Classic over this time frame, you would have essentially in a month or two increased your position of Ethereum Classic in terms of Bitcoin 150%. Not bad. And I don't have a short memory. I remember these things. Remember the assets and what they do, okay? Because they take turns pumping. Look, this thing shot up and it dropped just from its recent high. Let's do a fib retracement on it real quick from a wick to the bottom, about the bottom. We're, in my mind, completely oversold. And we're touching the bottom trend line that I drew. This triangle pattern can break out at any moment if there's a surge of volume that comes in. This thing could break out any moment. And if it doesn't and lasts till the end of the triangle consolidation, we're looking at another 27 days. By the end of a month from now, we should see a break in structure some way, up or down. And take a notice of the volume here, guys. It's been decreasing. So we have a decrease in volume, a decrease in price, respecting the trend line, hasn't broke, we'll continue to monitor it, but this is just the 1 day. Let's jump into the 4-hour chart. This is just the 1 day. Let's jump into the 4-hour chart. That gives a little more information as to what this thing is doing on the trend line. Touched exactly where it's drawn. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Volume came in right here. Buyers came in to support it above this trend line. This tells me the market does agree that this trend line is valid. It has no business coming down here. It did a little bit, but that was a wick and got bought right back up and bobbed right back up to this line here. Now this thing could also do this. And this is why I continue to monitor trades as they develop, because it gives me a better understanding if I draw different scenarios, which one it's taking. I'm going to draw this line right here just for my reference, because right now you'll see that the buyers that came and saved ETC from dropping below this trend line bought it up to this point. Let's see if this point holds, or if it's going to keep coming down and flirting and maybe doing a mini coil right here. I don't think so though, because I think if you zoom back out, what does it matter, guys, if you buy here or you buy here? I don't trade on margin. I don't use leverage, so I don't care if it drops a little bit. I don't ever drops down here. I know that on the zoomed out time frame, all the way out, I'm looking at the macro chart. Don't lose the forest for the trees, right? We're looking at a huge move up. We zoom out here, and that was just the first uptick that could possibly occur. Back to price discovery, we're looking at damn near 600%, like I said again. So why do you guys get all caught up with the small movements? It's not worth your time. So guys, in a month we're going to see what's going to happen. Do you really think ETC is going to break back down towards its lows? It's barely off its lows. If you measure from the current price point to its lows, it's only 20%. So this, again, guys, is perfect asymmetric risk. You could potentially go down 20% because this is a strong trend line pretty much from the beginning of the asset on Coinbase. It's never gone lower than this point. The asset's only 20% off its lowest point in its history. But the upside is 600%. Again, guys, invest. Not trading, but investing. When you could hold longer time frames, have reasonable positions, all this up, down crap, it's the weeds, man. It's the weeds, and this is just a look on the weekly, about the same. This thing's oversold on every time frame, tells the same story on every time frame. It's Ethereum. It has the Ethereum name. They're talking about switching, hashing algorithms. ETC is not going away. It didn't go away in the DAO hack. It's not going away in this 51% attacks. Ethereum's not going to let it go away. Alright guys, this is over the cycle. So this year and next year and the next year, this is what I expect to happen. Ethereum Classic. The ABCDE pattern isn't perfectly drawn, but it just helps you visualize the potential that is possible for this asset if it ever did decide to get its act together, bust out of this eye of a needle, and explode to where it should be. Ethereum Classic has a die-hard crypto enthusiastic community. They have a bunch of developers. All their dApps that are developed in Ethereum Classic can be used on Ethereum 2.0. I don't understand the bearishness on this just because a few 51% attacks. Nothing that can't be fixed. There's solutions on the table. There's a temporary problem, and the group is in works to have a permanent solution to this. So I don't worry about this part. I worry about this part. I'm DubDigital. Crypto news, macro trends. Talk to y'all later. Peace.